What if Luffy, the energetic and rubbery pirate with a heart as big as the ocean, was sent to the Naruto universe? Imagine Luffy landing right in the middle of the Hidden Leaf Village during the Chunin Exams, completely unaware of the ninja world's rules and traditions. But that doesn't stop him from making an impact. With his devil fruit powers, infectious optimism, and unyielding desire to become Pirate King, Luffy quickly finds himself entangled with Naruto and his friends, helping them fight off powerful foes, protect the village, and possibly even unlock new powers in the process. As Luffy tries to find a way back to his crew, his bond with the Hidden Leaf grows stronger, and his spirit starts to shake up the ninja world. Prepare for a pirate adventure like no other, where Luffy's unique brand of courage, humor, and power meets the world of ninjas, chakra, and dreams of becoming Hokage and Pirate King. Can Luffy carve out his own legacy in a land of shinobi while continuing to chase the ultimate treasure, the One Piece? Luffy's world was spinning. One minute, he was in the Shibondi archipelago battling Kuma, crying as all his nakama had mysteriously vanished right in front of his eyes by Kuma. Next, the same mysterious force hit him, and before he knew it, he found himself crashing into the dense forest of an unfamiliar land. Groaning as he sat up, Luffy rubbed his head, looking around. "Where the heck am I?" he muttered. The towering trees and strange-looking landscape were far from the sea that he knew, and it didn't look like any island he had seen before. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the forest, shaking Luffy from his thoughts. What was that? Luffy's eyes sparkled with excitement. He didn't know what was coming, but it was clearly something worth fighting. As the sound grew closer, Luffy quickly recognized the shape of a massive serpent, its fangs glistening and ready to strike. Without a second thought, Luffy grinned widely. This is bigger than a Sea King. With his usual carefree attitude, Luffy stretched his arm back and unleashed his powerful Gear Second Punch. Gomu Gomu no Jet Pistol. The sheer force of his punch sent the giant snake flying, shattering the ground around it. The snake's massive form collapsed in a heap, and Luffy stood triumphantly over it, fist still outstretched. "That's how a real man does it," Luffy cheered, completely oblivious to the fact that this wasn't an island in the Grand Line, but a totally new world. His celebration was interrupted by a group of figures approaching from the trees. Young ninjas, clearly startled by the sudden appearance of this bizarre, rubbery stranger. The leader, a boy with spiky blonde hair and a determined look, approached cautiously. "Who the hell are you?" Naruto Uzumaki shouted, his fists clenched. Luffy, not missing a beat, tilted his head and smiled. "Huh? You're kinda like me, spiky head. I'm Luffy, and I'm gonna be the Pirate King." Naruto blinked, then smirked. "Pirate King? What's that supposed to mean?" "It means I'm gonna be the guy with the most freedom out there. You'll see." Luffy beamed, full of confidence, but Naruto, not one to back down, immediately challenged him. "Then let's see what you've got." Without any further warning, Naruto charged forward, ready to face Luffy. But the rubbery pirate had already anticipated this. Luffy dodged Naruto's attacks with ease, stretching his body and evading every move with his usual speed and flexibility. "Whoa, you're pretty fast!" "But I'm faster!" Luffy laughed, grabbing Naruto by the waist and tossing him in the air. Naruto landed with a grunt, but quickly got up, eyes wide with respect. "You're a crazy rubbery guy, but I like you." Sasuke, always the calm observer, stepped forward and studied Luffy with suspicion. "You're no regular ninja. What are you really?" Luffy shrugged, flashing a carefree smile. "I'm just here for an adventure. I don't really know much about this ninja stuff, but it looks fun." He looked around, eyes glinting with excitement. "And you guys? You're my nakama now, even if just for a bit." Sakura, still confused but intrigued, stepped up beside the others. "You're not normal, that's for sure, but you might be just what we need." Luffy, grinning widely, stretched his arms up in the air. "Great! This is gonna be awesome! I'm totally gonna have fun here!" Without realizing it, Luffy had already made his first allies in this strange world. And as the team, now united by fate, began to walk through the forest of death, Luffy felt one thing deep in his heart. His adventure was just beginning, and wherever he went, he would fight to protect his nakama, no matter the world. After his chaotic entrance into the ninja world, Luffy quickly became an integral part of Team 7. His carefree nature, boundless energy, and remarkable strength were exactly what they needed as they made their way through the Chunin Exams. Despite being a total stranger in this world of chakra and ninjutsu, Luffy felt more at home than he had in a long time. The sheer excitement of the challenges ahead was enough to make him feel like he was back on the Grand Line hunting treasure with his nakama. The first round of the Chunin Exams wasn't just a test of combat skills, it was a test of endurance and strategy. Luffy, naturally, wasn't very concerned about the rules. He was more interested in the people he was fighting for. "Alright, let's go guys, we're gonna show them how it's done," Luffy exclaimed as he geared up for the upcoming battles. He didn't know what chakra was or how it worked, but the excitement was the same as when he first set sail for the Grand Line. It was about fighting, adventure, and being the best. When the time came for Luffy to face off against his opponents, his strength was unmatched. His rubbery body made it nearly impossible for anyone to land a hit on him, and his wild fighting style was unlike anything anyone had seen, in this world at least. His observation haki, though untrained, allowed him to sense his opponent's movements in ways they couldn't predict, giving him an edge even without understanding chakra fully. "Isn't this fun?" Luffy laughed as he effortlessly dodged and countered, earning the admiration of his teammates and even some of the Chunin and Jonin watching from the sidelines. But Luffy wasn't just about brute strength. As much as he loved a good fight, his loyalty to his nakama was what truly defined him. During a critical match, Luffy had the chance to help Naruto during his battle against Neji Hyuga. Neji, a genius with incredible chakra control, dominated the match at first. His calm demeanor and precise control over his chakra made him nearly unbeatable. Yet, Luffy saw through the layers of strategy and pressure Neji placed on Naruto. As Naruto struggled, Luffy's infectious confidence took hold. He jumped into the arena and shouted, "Naruto, remember what I told you? Don't give up! Aren't you gonna be a Hokage one day?" Luffy's voice carried across the arena, reminding Naruto that the path to greatness wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Naruto, inspired by Luffy's words and his own dream, pushed back against Neji, fighting with renewed vigor. It was in moments like these that Luffy began to realize something important. His desire to be the Pirate King wasn't just about treasure or becoming the strongest, it was about protecting the people he cared about no matter where he was. Even in this strange ninja world, Luffy found himself forming bonds, ones that would push him forward even in the toughest of battles. However, the challenges didn't stop there. The Chunin Exams were far from over, and danger was always lurking in the shadows. Luffy's incredible strength and spirit had drawn attention, but not all of it was good. Orochimaru, the sinister rogue ninja who was already plotting to disrupt the exams, had begun to notice the strange power radiating from Luffy's rubbery body. He saw Luffy's devil fruit abilities as a powerful tool to further his own dark ambitions. "What a curious thing you are," Orochimaru mused to himself as he watched Luffy's exploits. His interest piqued. He mistook Luffy's powers for a forbidden jutsu, and soon the sound of his snakes and ominous presence began to close in. Luffy wasn't afraid though. "Bring it on, you snake freak!" Luffy shouted, flexing his arms. "Nobody hurts my nakama!" When Orochimaru made his move, sending a swarm of snakes to attack Naruto and the others, Luffy acted quickly. His Gear Second activated, steam shooting from his body as he launched himself into the air with incredible speed. His Gomu Gomu no Bazooka obliterated the incoming snakes in a massive shockwave, sending them scattering to the ground. The sheer force of Luffy's attack stunned the gathered spectators, and even Orochimaru was momentarily taken aback. "Not bad," he muttered, recognizing the power in Luffy's rubbery body, but the fight was far from over. And Luffy, with a wide grin on his face, was more than ready for whatever challenge came next. After all, this wasn't the Grand Line, but the adventure felt the same. "Let's go, everyone!" Luffy shouted, rallying Naruto and his friends. "This is just getting started!" The Chunin Exams were nearing their climax, and the Hidden Leaf Village was in chaos. The invasion of the Sand Village, orchestrated by Orochimaru, was well underway. Luffy, however, was determined not to let the village fall. As the attacks progressed, he knew his role was clear: protect his new nakama and stand by them, no matter the odds. The battle escalated quickly, and Luffy found himself face to face with one of the most dangerous opponents yet, Gaara of the Sand. However, Luffy had experience fighting a sandy opponent, but this was on a much bigger scale than a royal Shichibukai. Gaara, a boy consumed by the power of Shukaku, the one-tailed beast, had been a relentless force throughout the exams, and now he was a part of Orochimaru's plan to destroy the Hidden Leaf. Luffy, however, was not one to back down, no matter how powerful the enemy. "I'm gonna be king of the pirates, not gonna lose to some sandy loser," he shouted as Gaara's sand barrier loomed around him. The massive sand shield was nearly impenetrable, but Luffy wasn't intimidated. He pushed his body to its limits, activating Gear 3rd, and said, "Pick on someone your own size." Along with Gamabunta and Naruto, as he inflated his body, Luffy grew in size and strength, his rubbery form becoming an unstoppable force. With a booming roar, Luffy launched his Gomu Gomu no Giant Bazooka, his massive fist smashing through Gaara's sand shield with a thunderous crash. "Take that!" Luffy grinned, watching as the sand crumbled beneath his attack. Gaara, though stunned by the sheer power of Luffy's punch, didn't relent. His sand reformed quickly, and he retaliated with a deadly sand attack aimed at Luffy. But Luffy, relying on his observation haki, dodged the sand with ease, his body stretching and contorting in ways no one had ever seen before. His speed was unmatched, and the sand struggled to catch him. "I won't let you destroy this village!" Luffy shouted, determination burning in his eyes. As Gaara charged with his sand, Luffy prepared for his next attack, infusing his Gear 3rd with chakra. And with the help of Naruto by his side, he delivered a massive Gomu Gomu no Giant Rasengan, a glowing spinning fist of power that combined Luffy's immense strength with the newfound chakra energy from Naruto. The impact was catastrophic, sending Gaara flying backward, his sand cracking under the force. The battle wasn't over, but in that moment, something in Gaara shifted. He had always believed that his power was his only true ally. But Luffy's unwavering spirit, sheer determination, and above all his bond with Naruto made him question everything he knew. For the first time, Gaara began to wonder if there was more to life than his lonely pursuit of power. "What's this feeling?" Gaara muttered to himself as he stared at Luffy and Naruto's tag team, who were standing tall with grins on their faces. Naruto was also inspired by Luffy's resolve. "Luffy, you really are one heck of a guy," he whispered to himself, feeling the same fire inside him that Luffy had ignited. It was the same drive that kept Naruto fighting, and now he understood Luffy's dream a little more. With the battle against Gaara over, Luffy's focus shifted back to the true goal: finding a way home. So, Luffy, along with Team 7, made a journey to Orochimaru's lair to find answers. Booby traps welcomed them, but Luffy and Nakama made one hell of an entrance. As Orochimaru's lair crumbled, Luffy discovered a scroll hidden deep within the ruins. An ancient, hidden scroll that seemed to resonate with his arrival in the ninja world. This was the key. The scroll was connected to the interdimensional rift that had brought him here in the first place. Luffy, with his usual flair, didn't hesitate. "All right, time to go home," he said, holding the scroll up to the light. As the portal began to open, Luffy turned to Naruto, who was watching him with a mixture of admiration and sadness. "I'm glad we met, Spiky Head," Luffy said with a wide grin. "Keep chasing your dreams and become Hokage. Datebayo!" Luffy extended his hand to Naruto, who smiled back, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Thanks, Luffy. I'll keep going no matter what. Believe it." With one final wave, Luffy stepped through the portal. The wind whirled around him as the familiar sights of the Hidden Leaf Village faded, and in an instant, he found himself back on the Shibondi Archipelago. The crew, standing together on deck, greeted him with cheers. "Luffy!" they shouted in unison. "You're back!" Luffy grinned, his usual infectious smile spreading across his face. I'm back, and I'm gonna be Pirate King, you better believe it. He twirled his straw hat, now glowing faintly with chakra energy, a reminder of his time in the ninja world. His journey was far from over. In fact, it was only just beginning. The Straw Hat Pirates are ready to set sail, and as the Thousand Sunnies sailed toward the horizon, Luffy stood proudly on the Sunny's face, ready to overcome whatever new adventures awaited him in the new world. The Pirate King's journey was still unfolding, and it was gonna be one wild ride.